everyone, this is Rachel Mazza, and I want to talk today about how to use stories to warm up cold traffic. But first, I want to tell you a story. I'm based in Lisbon, Portugal right now, but before this, I would travel around the world doing the whole remote work thing. And for about 4 years on and off, I was based in Thailand. And Thailand's a great place because you can live like a king on very little money. And so naturally, it attracts a lot of people doing the whole location independent entrepreneur thing or trying to make money online. And it's crazy because you've got this mix of people who are just getting started and have no idea what they're doing, and these veteran business owners who are doing really well and just really enjoy living in Thailand. And after a brief conversation, you can usually tell when you meet anyone which one they are. And the new guys, the guys that are just getting started, they've always got this like wide-eyed look on their face, and they talk to you and they're like, I've started this blog, and it's a travel blog, but slash jewelry store slash social impact charity and whatever it is, and I just got to get momentum, right? And then usually when they find out that you're a full-time freelancer or working for yourself full-time, they get like really excited and they lean in and they ask you questions like, how do you do business, right? And it's a big question. We as copywriters hear this all the time when people say something like, how do you get clients? And I don't want to lessen these questions at all, because if you're just getting started or you've never done prospecting or built a business before, these things are really hard. I mean, otherwise everyone would be a self-employed entrepreneur. But when you hear this all the time and you have these conversations all the time, sometimes it gets tedious. And it's really hard to answer these big questions over a latte or when you're just trying to have a beer at the end of a long day, right? And so we make jokes, but these are really hard questions to answer and hard things to figure out when you're getting started in business. But I remember one day when the tables were turned. And I met up with a friend of mine in Thailand, and he was doing really well for himself. He had 7 figures. He had a 7-figure business. And I was just starting to get the feel of making a full-time income as a freelancer, but like Thailand money, not real world money. And so this friend, to me, was very, very successful, and I always wanted to learn from him. And I remember having drinks with him, and he had his phone face down on our table, as you do when you're trying to be considerate to someone that you're hanging out with. And it just kept dinging, like every 20, 30 seconds, there would be a ding, those notification sounds, ding, when a new notification comes in. And so he realized that it was distracting, so he picked it up and turned it on silent and put the phone down face up again, not thinking anything of it because it was on silent now. But it started buzzing this time because it was on vibrate, so it was bzz, bzz, every 30 seconds we'd get the buzz. And I couldn't help it because it was distracting. So I looked down, and on this phone, I see that these notifications are actually payment notifications, PayPal notifications, just ticking up every 30 seconds. And it was payments that he was receiving via PayPal into his bank account every 20 or 30 seconds. And I was blown away at how much money this guy was making as we were just sitting there having drinks. So I leaned across the table to ask him, how do you do business? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't ask him that, but I did take that image with me for the rest of the night and a long time after about those payments just ticking in on autopilot. And it made me realize, it woke me up to something, that I was doing business the really hard way because I was working my butt off every single day and barely making enough as a full-time freelancer. And it woke me up. I mean, I was primed to receive information that would help me get that, because I started looking for ways that I could get what my friend had. And I did. Soon after, I started a business, building and flipping affiliate websites that sold affiliate products, and then teaching other people to do the same. And that's a story for another time that isn't relevant right now, but it is how I learned copywriting when I first started studying copywriting. And I used this story in my sales copy because I knew how powerful it was to see those payments coming in on autopilot. And that's what people, a lot of people who are starting affiliate websites are really, truly desiring. And so I knew the story would have a powerful impact, and that these guys that I was marketing to, these affiliate marketers, would want the exact same thing. And so that was a powerful story for them. And that's just one example of stories that we have in our everyday lives that will make a powerful impact on our audience. So in my next video, what I'd like to do is go a little bit deeper into why these stories work on us, and why they can warm up a cold lead like I was. I was not looking for information on how to build an affiliate marketing business or another business than I was currently in with my freelance business. But it warmed me up into a cold lead, and then I used the same story to sell services that helped people achieve the same dream. And so if you have questions about using stories to warm up cold traffic, then feel free to message me on my website at rachelmazza.com. Otherwise, just keep an eye out for my next video where we're going to dive a little bit deeper into why these stories work to warm up cold leads, and also how you can use your stories to increase conversions on your website.